Good morning, students. Today we are going to explain about the new topic, new chapter that is called internal trade, and it is an important chapter of your syllabus. So you should watch the video carefully to know about it because this chapter have the weightage of 8 marks in your syllabus. So you should watch the video carefully to know about it. Yesterday I told you about the small business and all the things whatever comes it. So today I am going to explain about the internal trade. So internal trade, at first we have to define the term internal trade. Internal trade is a type of trade which can be performed by the businessman within the nation, and the businessman has to perform all his activities within the geographical locations of a country, in which all the activities will be performed within one country only, and the businessman will not get the permission to sell out his product apart or away to the other to any other country. That is why it is also known as domestic trade. Whenever the person is going to start his business activities under the internal trade, he has to deal with the people those are living in a particular country only, because he do not get the permission to sell out his product to the other nation. And whatever payment made in internal trade, it should be made within the domestic currency, within the domestic form, so that we can say the exchange of product and services between seller and customer will be done within the currency, within the home currency only or domestic currency only, and the businessman will not suffer from the other problems. So internal trade is a very important type of trade. Generally this trade contribute about 80% GDP of our nation, so that the government also took some measures to promote the internal trade in our country, and they also provide the financial support to the businessmen for running their internal trade smoothly, and to create the availability of the product whatever demanded by the people those are living in a particular country, those are living in an economy. Because it is the primary responsibility of the internal trade to create the product according to the need of the customer, and also they provide the product within the reach, within the purchasing power of the customer. If the customer is able to purchase the product, then only the demand of the product will be generated in the market. If the customer is not able to purchase the product of that particular company, then ultimately lot of problems may be arises, and the seller will not be able to run their business for a long period of time. That is why we can say internal trade is a type of trade which is helpful for the businessmen to run their business smoothly in the economy. And there are certain features of internal trade also present, in which the first one is trade within the nation. That's mean, as I told you earlier, internal trade is a type of trade which can be performed, which can be done within one nation only, in which the seller has to sell out their product within the geographical locations, within the boundaries of the country. They do not get the permission to sell out their product to the other nations. That is why it is the first feature of internal trade, in which the businessman has to sell out all the products within the country only. The next one is free exchange of goods. That means there is no tariff arise over the distribution of goods from one place to another. If businessman is ready to sell out his product from one state to another state, then certain type of taxes may be imposed, but the export and import duty will not be raised over the exchange of goods from one place to another or one state to another. That is why it is an important feature of internal trade, in which the free exchange of goods can be done from one place to another. Single currency, that's mean the domestic currency will be utilized by the company. If a company is going to sell out his product to the one state to another state, that's then ultimately they have to use the domestic currency. For example, we can take the example of our country. If we are going to sell out our product to the other state, then ultimately we have to use the currency rupees, because rupees is a domestic currency, and it is helpful to exchange the product to the customer with the help of rupees only. The another one is simplified trade procedure. As I told you people, if a person is going to sell out his product from one nation to another, then ultimately the simplified procedure is present before him, in which the seller do not follow any type of legal lengthy procedure to sell out his product from one place to another, because this type of trade is generally take place within the country only, and the businessman has to sell out his product simply from one place to another. That is why it is a simplified trade procedure which can be utilized by the companies to sell out his product within one nation. Simple taxes. Generally, only the state tax and CGST or SGST is imposed over the internal trade. If we are going to purchase the product from UP, then ultimately we have to pay CGST and SGST to sell out to purchase the product, because it is a simple form of taxes which are imposed by the government over the sale or purchase of the product of one nation only. Because if a person is going to purchase the product from other nations, then ultimately he has to pay different type of taxes. But in internal trade, only simple procedures, simple taxes are present, through that the business activities can be performed. That is why the simple tax procedure is present. The another one is method of payment. Generally, there are certain methods of payment are also present if we are going to deal in the internal trade. Like we can use the ATM card, we can use the debit or credit card, we can use the NEFT, we can use the RTGS mediums to sell out the product from one place to another, because these type of trade are generally taking place within the country, so that the seller and the customer can use the simplest method of payment to purchase or sell the product. Like they can use the ATM cards to make the payment. Sometime the customer can use the credit card to purchase the product, and different type of other mediums are present. Like the customer is also purchasing the product with the help of by taking EMIs from different finance companies. So like that, the simple methods of payment are available in the economy, through that the sale and purchase of goods and services can be done between customer and seller. The another one is low transportation cost. As I told you, generally in internal trade, road transport and railway transport are utilized by the businessmen. So generally these type of transportation is less costly, and in which the businessman has to pay a less amount of money to the others. For example, if a person is going to transport his product from Uttarakhand to UP, then ultimately he has to use the railway transport and road transport to transfer his product from Uttarakhand to UP. So for that particular purpose, he has to pay a less amount of fund to the transport companies to create the availability of the product at the different part of the UP. So low transportation cost is present. The next one is free mobility. Free mobility means there is no restrictions take place within the internal trade, because one product which is produced in one place can be transferred to the other place within a country, and it is very easy to transfer the product, because the government is not imposing any type of restrictions over the distribution of product within a country. Like we can take the example of Bajaj Automobile over here. They are producing Bajaj Platina here in Rudrapur, but they are distributing that particular product to the distant part of the country, and there is no any type of restrictions made by the government over the distribution of product. That is why mobility is very easy in the case of internal trade. The another one is other features. Many other features are also present, like government restrictions, like availability of raw material, like taxation policy. So many other features are also present which are helpful in introducing the internal trade in our country, and through that the businessman can easily get the chance to promote their business, to run their business in the internal trade. So it is all about the internal trade and its features. So you should note it down, these key points, these features in your notebook, because some of the features are present in NCERT but many are not present. So you should take the screenshot of you, or you should write these key points. Okay, students. Again, I am telling you the meaning of internal trade. It is a type of trade which takes place within a country, in which the domestic currency can be utilized, in which the roadways and railways transportation can be utilized by the company to create the availability of product at the different parts of the country, and in which the simplest medium of payment can be utilized by the company to create the availability of product at the different parts. Like the company can use ATM, the company can use debit card, credit card, and many others medium to transfer its product from one place to another. So students, it is all about the internal trade and its features. If you have any problem related to it, you should watch the video again and again. After that, if you have any query, you can ask your queries on my personal number, and I will also send the notes related to this topic on your class group. So I'm suggesting you to watch the video again and again to know about this topic properly. Okay, so it's enough for today. If you have any query, you may ask on my personal number. Thank you. Have a nice day.